I knew that if I didn't turn up too loud, I wouldn't get in trouble, and he would. So I was the good kid. So that's how it had been for a long time. I lifted this up. I saw Brubeck down there, and I thought, I don't know what that is, but maybe I'll play it for a minute. I was looking, believe it or not, I remember very, very vividly, I was looking for my recording of the Brahms Violin Concerto. That's what I wanted to do. But I lifted this up and I saw Brubeck. I turned it on, and just for a second while I continued to look for this thing. And I started realizing, it dawned on me, the people who are playing that are having a really good time. And I'm all serious and everything, and they're having a really good time. Maybe I want to listen. I was about 12 or something. Maybe I want to listen to this. And that was the beginning, because I never got the violin concerto on that day. I did listen to all of that. Brubeck was a real, I forget which album it was, but it was one of the better ones. It was really, really fun for me. And I was transformed that day. I remember that because it really is about having fun. And then then I got a lot less serious about Bach and Mozart too. I actually enjoyed those things better. So I really consider jazz as an art form and great music and fantastic to listen to, and it has been very, very important to me, as has Bach and Mozart, Shostakovich, and Rachmaninoff. I just wanted people to understand why that I have the background I have, and yet I really like this stuff. We came from Chicago. We did house concerts in Chicago. We're doing another here, and this is the first one. It's hard to get known, and we discovered this great thing called River House Jazz up in Bend, Oregon. And we love to go to Bend. And so we went over there and we listened to this thing, and it was run by this guy Glickman. And I didn't know who Glickman was. And it turned out he's kind of an important fellow, who the Trailblazer Glickman. And so he ran a terrific jazz series up in Bend, which has finally ended. But he's not down and out yet. You'll hear from him again. And there was it was a year. That was a year ago. We heard Benny Green, and Benny Green's one of our favorites. He was a really skilled fellow, and it was a fantastic concert. The next year, this past year, was Taylor Eichste. Taylor Eichste is a magnificent pianist also, and Taylor Eichste had a terrific group with Julian Lage, and it was just Eric Harlan. It was a fantastic group, and before that, they had to have a pre-show. And the pre-show was the group you're going to hear tonight, or today. And I thought to myself, well, it's a pre-show. How good can that be? You know? And I arrived a little late, and Judy said, sit down, you gotta hear this. And so we had a terrific time listening to this, and some of the things that they played that day in that pre-show, they're going to play today. You're going to hear them, and they're just a wonderful group, and we just enjoyed the hell out of them. We really had a great time that day, and that's why we wanted them to be our first house concert for jazz. So that's the beginning of the series. We will continue to do more of these. We've already started planning the next one. I want to give some thanks to people. And first and foremost, George and Lori Fendel. George Fendel is a major jazz mogul here in Portland. He was he's been jazz radio forever, and he really knows his stuff. And he would not be here if he didn't think that we must amount to something, because we're not, you know. And he does fantastic jazz concerts at Classic Piano, so you should watch for those. And I'm gonna, your email will be going over to George's list, and you may be hearing from him. And I would say you should take him up on whatever he does, because it's always good. And then the other people who I have to thank are not here today, so I'm not going to worry too much about them. But we do want to extend some thanks to Ruth and Harvey Oxman, because they contributed some of the equipment here today in the form of chairs, and so we really appreciate that. So I'm gonna announce these guys in, and here we go. First and foremost, we're going to start with Finn. Actually, his full name is Finnegan. Finnegan Jones, a great bassist, and here he comes. Let's give it up for Finnegan Jones. And then we're going to hear the next guy is coming in is going to be is becoming a legend in Portland. Damo Branch. And you will hear more from him soon. And last but not least, right, Waz Glickman.